access to finance, generally speaking, is, no pun intended,
a big problem.
is a major problem for MSMEs, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And it has been a major pain point forever. Yeah? But we contend that it's not access to finance that issue is. The issue is access to appropriate finance.
Mm-hmm.
Finance that is right for the business, right for the industry that they're in, right for the stage of business, and at the right terms. No? And many of those, that challenge of appropriate finance has two sides of the coin. One is the MSME themselves and the level of preparedness and the knowledge of what type of finance they need. And the other is the financial product that is available for them. So we work on both sides. You know that we work with entrepreneurs to make sure that they are appropriately prepared for whatever type of finance that they need. And also we work with financial institutions to make sure that there is a marriage between, we broker the deal, where the marriage goes, as you like to say, between the MSME and the financial institution. So this particular marriage is about looking, first of all, it's about making sure that the access team is fully okay and competent.
You were talking about the training of the team at Access in order to understand.
That's the first thing that we are embarking on, to make sure that they are appropriately sensitized and so on, and are appropriately comfortable with dealing with our MSMEs and the complexities of the MSMEs. Okay. Secondly, we are looking to train the existing clients of Access Financials to make sure that their business practices and their business itself is such that they are growing and they are able to pay back the financial obligation that they have.
Yes.
Thirdly, for us, I think it's an exciting opportunity to work with a very engaged Access team to look at new products for the MSMEs, because there are many niches that aren't quite covered just yet. The creative industries, for instance, comes to mind with specific needs that aren't covered by the traditional products.
Okay. So, Mr. Campbell.
So,
I'm here, Mr. Simon.
Talk to us about your ongoing campaign, Champion of Small Business. Campaign.
Repeat that for me, sir. You put out a little bit.
Talk to about your ongoing campaign, which is dubbed as Champion of Small Business.
Okay. As you know, Access would have been established about almost 25 years ago. And the main thrust back then was to serve the underserved, and especially our micro entrepreneurs in Jamaica. So that is our foundation. So, we've gone back basically to our roots, where we want to start to let Jamaica know, not just our customers, but Jamaica know that Access are champions for small businesses. We believe in building our economy, and what better way for you to build your economy than to have our micro entrepreneurs, finance our micro entrepreneurs, give them all the resources that we can give as a microfinance institution to help them to grow their businesses, to improve their lives, to improve their communities, So we want to, yes, we give personal loans, so that's a part of our cadre of products, but we want to focus a little bit more on the business side of the business loan side of the business. So hence our push and giving that information to the Jamaican public that, hey, you're a business person, you're a micro entrepreneur, you're an MSME, come to Access, we'll assist you as best as we can.
Okay.
Now, Harold, you spoke about appropriate financing, but we also know that one of the big constraints is affordability of financing. Can you speak to us about that with respect to this partnership? Better now, much better now.
All right, great stuff. I was saying the third point I was making was the exploration of new products with the Access team. because we know about the affordability of financing and the interest rates and so on. But the other thing that we need to consider is access to finance. Many of the MSMEs aren't able to access financing from many of the financial institutions that are there for one reason or another. For one reason or another. Collateral, security reasons,
improper record keeping, all of those.
Improper record keeping, all of those. So the issue is that when we work with our financiers, our MSMEs and the financial institution as an access in this particular instance, we will end up with a formula that gives us appropriate financial products. And appropriate meaning affordable. And appropriate meaning the right product for the stage of business that they're at, and also the right product for the industry that they're at. Affordability is a major issue, as you mentioned, but access is also a major issue as well. Just basic access to financing in its truest sense is also a major issue, and we are expecting that this partnership will enhance that access to appropriate financing, similarly as we work with other financial institutions, the same type of story to work to make sure that there is appropriate and affordable and accessible financing for our MSMEs.
Okay, let's take a break for the time signal. When we come back, we'll continue.
Welcome back to Where Business. We continue our conversation with Harold Davis, Deputy CEO of the JBDC, and Hugh Campbell, CEO of Access Financial Services Limited, and they're speaking with us about the deal recently struck to provide the MSME sector with greater access to affordable financing. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Campbell?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So, Access Financial, we know you have been around, as you said, for 25 years. What will you need to do differently to accommodate this new deal?
A part of this deal is, as Harold mentioned, training of our customers and in particular training of our business owner officers. Yes, our business owner officers are trained in traditional, financing. We serve the trade sector, we serve manufacturing, agriculture, service. One of the sectors that we hardly do any business with is the creative industry. So we're really lacking in that department. So yes, we do our thing, but I think with this particular partnership, we can go far away in serving that particular industry. We want to extend our wings. We don't want to be limited to what we've been doing for the last, almost 25 years. We want our business people, our Jamaicans who are out there, who are entrepreneurs, to know that you can come to access financing for whatever business you're in.
Okay.
So this partnership is critical, and this particular aspect of the M.O.U, where JBDC will be training our officers to be able to go out there and understand non-traditional business lines, and its complexities. So the officers will be more equipped to really serve Jamaica.
Okay. So sorry, tell us about now the 3 workshops will be held, and whether you're going to be holding workshops with the creatives too, because a lot of the creatives they'll say, boy, I not give no information to Babylon,
Well, we hope that we have broken that mold,
Yeah.
But in reality, we're still working on it.
Yeah, man.
Yes, a series of workshops will be planned for the very near future. You'll hear more about it in terms of the dates and so on, for the clients of Access, and also for potential new clients as well. But before that, though, is going to be the training of the team at Access, because we're hoping really and truly that the training and the sensitization and the sharing will evolve into new products, and from Access itself, that would be appropriate now, more appropriate to the specificities of these new industries, that non-traditional industries that we're looking at, that there is still a void in the marketplace for appropriate financing for them. So we're hoping that will happen. So the training really is aimed primarily to the existing clients of Access to make sure that they're better equipped to meet the obligations of the loan. But at the end of the day, Rasta, that loans and access to finance really is about perception of risk. And perception of risk has two sides of the coin. Perception of risk is the perception of the lender of how risky that situation is, and that has to do with the understanding of the lender of the particular complexity of that entrepreneur, and also the presentation of the information from the entrepreneur.
That's the point I'm making. So if we're going to be catering to the creative sectors, then the people within that sector, they have to know that they have to provide the information to the people.
Absolutely. I was coming to that.
Yeah, okay.
I was coming to that exactly. And that is perhaps one of the reasons why the creative industries has not been financed in the way in which it has been financed, because that perception of risk, and not being able to speak in the language that the financial institution wants to hear, and also the financial institution not being able to understand and interpret, for instance, the whole business of the risk profile of a pure musician, for instance, doing an album.
Right.
What's the risk profile of that to determine whether or not it's a good risk or not for the financial institution? The ability for the entrepreneur to translate that business case, that business model into language that the financial institution understands. And at the same time, the financial institution's ability to understand that the flow of income, for instance, is not like agriculture.
Correct.
It's not like a trade. The balance sheet is going to look different. And so on. So hopefully, having this sensitization on both sides, continue to work with MSMEs, because, as you rightly say, many of our creative industries still struggling with the fact that they are in fact in business.
Correct.
I
say you want Babylon come tax them and all of them today, so them not give information.
As I said, struggling with the fact that you are in business. It's not about Babylon.
Yeah.
No, really, it's not about Babylon at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's about you creating a business model and a business case for your own establishment as an entrepreneur, such that is a viable proposition to the market, to the financier, to the supply chain, for instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that starts by the understanding that you're in a business. But I cannot emphasize the other side of the coin as well, because the other side of the coin, really there is a dearth in terms of the understanding of the complexities of the creative industry.
Precisely.
And many organizations, regionally and internationally, are looking at special financial products, special financial incentives and so on for the creative industry.
In order for that to be successful, the creatives themselves, they'll have to know that they are business people and they are operating a business, because them money likes them peculiar or them IQler.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Absolutely, Ralston. That is the case. It's two sides of the coin, but being a champion for the creative industries and a supporter of entrepreneurship, as the JBDC for the longest while, so we have to make sure that we talk to our creatives.
Of course.
And have them understand. Say it can't be business as usual if you intend to really evolve in the way in which you need to involve. And also, talk to our stakeholders, talk to our financial institutions, financial sector, to make sure, listen, you see the product that you have that makes sense for creative industry.
Correct, yeah.
You know what I mean? You need to tweak it in this type of way, understanding the model of a creative industry entrepreneur.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Agreed.
So, Hugh, what support, based on all that Harold said, and we know, and this is not just local creatives, they're noted for this globally, sometimes inconsistent, and, they don't think, as you say, of themselves as operating a business. But so what kind of support will you be looking for to help these creatives?
The support for us, right now, we really don't do a lot of loans to creatives. And as Harold rightly said, the there needs to be a mindset change,
Yeah.
not just in the creative industry, but a mindset change for even our customers, our existing customers.
Yeah.
A lot of customers do not see themselves as business people. You know, so they see themselves as operating from day to day, hustlers, you know, Jamaica has this hustling mentality. We want that to change. We want persons to now see themselves as business people.
Yeah.
So when you come to an access, you know the type of financing that you need. You're properly, you've got that information that a JBDC can provide, so that when you come to negotiate with us, when you come to sit with us for us to interview you, the process is smoother.
Yeah.
Now most of our entrepreneurs, we have over 3,000 MSMEs on our book, with a lot of them being micro entrepreneurs, stuck at one level.
Okay.
You know, so yes, while we are happy to be providing financing to them, we want to help them to grow.
Yeah, man.
We want them to help, improve their lives, improve their communities, because if they grow, maybe they can even, start offering employment to other persons in the community.
Yeah.
So what we find, and that is why we're so passionate about this partnership, because we're seeing where a lot of our micro entrepreneurs in particular, they're struggling to navigate the rocky terrain of running a business in Jamaica. So apart from being underserved by the traditional providers, they are not exposed to expert guidance and know-how to sustain their businesses, and are largely unaware of the right route to market.
Yes.
So this is really why we've decided to partner with JBDC, because we want our customers to not just to survive, but to thrive.
Okay.
Move from one level to the next. For far too long we're stuck at the same level. I need them to level up. We need them to level up.
I mean, Wilson and Arthur, if I can add something to that, I mean, generally when you look at the MSME landscape, when you look at the entrepreneurship landscape in Jamaica and anywhere else in the world, the large majority are micro.
Yeah.
The micro businesses are, as Hugh said, generally speaking, not adequately served as it relates to a financial solution that makes sense for them. The S and the M's, the smalls and the mediums, are more served in the traditional financial institutions. Some of whom, as you know, we have partnerships with as well, and those are going extremely well. But the micro business sector has not been served. Certainly, the early stage micro business sector is not served almost at all, apart from some financial products in partnership with a DDG and so on, and those just touching the cusp of the issue. The large majority of businesses are micro. And if we are to grow our economy, it has to be on the back of MSMEs and in particular micro businesses. Micro businesses have to do well, have to grow, and they have to grow into small businesses, they have to grow into small and medium businesses, they have to grow into internationalized businesses, and they have to export eventually and so on. So that opportunity to really structure solidly and grow is what we're talking about, to move our economy forward, really. And it has to start with a focus on an increased focus on our micro businesses. And micro businesses, part of that story as well, is to change the perception of micro business from the perception that says that they are hustlers, and street sellers and so on. Micro businesses does not refer to any level of sophistication. It does not have a sophistication implication at all. Micro businesses are sophisticated businesses.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sometimes we think that micro businesses are unsophisticated and unstructured and just hustling. No, we have to change that and understand that engineers, doctors, and so on start out as micro businesses. Hugh had one of his clients yesterday, a spa entrepreneur. She's a micro business, and she's extremely good business, at that level. You know what I mean? So part of this part of our drive, generally speaking, and I'm happy that Q and the team has come on, is to change this whole perception of how we see micro business in Jamaica. And understand that the large majority of our businesses, when we talk about business community, 90% are micro, 80% are micro. You know what I mean? So let's focus some attention where this is concerned and get them correctly structured, get them ready for growth, and get them growing, internationalized, and so on, so that they can do their thing and make their adequate contribution to our economy.
Right.
Okay.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen. Looking forward to this development.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Take care. Have a good day.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
That was Harold Davis, Deputy CEO of the JBDC, and Hugh Campbell, CEO of Access Financial Services Limited, and they were speaking with us about the deal recently struck to provide the MSME sector with greater access to affordable financing.